Welcome back, everybody. Eric is going to go on his little tangent. This week it is UFOs. Eric, I'm so excited for this. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Like Alex said, every week is a new week that I just get into my head. Sounds like golf, but this week it's about aliens and UFOs. In year 2007, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program was created to study mystifying encounters between military pilots. This was also used for standardized collection and reporting on sightings of unexplained aerial vehicles. By year 2012, it was known to be funded $22 million to continue on with the research. It was said to have lapsed years later, but however, new info has been released recently by the Naval Defense Department, stating and showing that it's still actually been in operation from 2017 until now. Probably because it's important and UFOs exist, but let me tell you why. The old and previous director of the program, Luis Elizondo, without physical proof, said they are convinced that objects of undetermined origin have crashed on Earth with materials retrieved for study. No crash artifacts have been publicly produced for independent verification. However, an astrophysicist named Eric Davis with the program examined these materials and sources, led to his conclusion that we couldn't make it ourselves. Davis recently gave briefings on retrievals of unexplained objects to members of the Pentagon this past March about off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. Since then, committee members have not responded to comments or requests about this statement. So, fast forward in time, April 27, 2020, a few months ago. Well, it feels like a few months ago. I think it was a few months ago. The Pentagon released 3 videos that were captured by these Navy pilots. It's the ones I sent you guys earlier. I don't know if you had a chance to watch them at all. And, of course, everyone has their speculations. But in the first video, that was a video from 2004, and it was basically an oblong object shaped like no ship that we have ever really produced or seen before. It's hovering over the Pacific Ocean. The Navy camera is locked in on this ship, and as they kind of zoom in, it's going, what is that thing? It's shaped weird. It kind of just zooms away and accelerates off, kind of speeds away, and they're unable to track it after that. There's 2 other videos involved. They're from 2015, and they show objects moving quickly, like hovering over the ocean, and it's the same concept. They're kind of trying to track it. They can't. They finally do track one of them. When they do track this other object, it's in the air. It starts rotating around. It almost looks like a Call of Duty type of fucking, you're assembling weapons for the guy. I don't even know. I used to play the game. Or you're on Photoshop when you see like the gun getting spun around like this, rotating around. It's moving like a ship that doesn't ever do that, or a ship that we've ever made doesn't really fucking flip and rotate like that. So I'll finish with this. A quote it was a tweet from Senator Harry Reid. I believe he's in Nevada or New Mexico. I might get shit for that. I forget, one of those states. It starts with an N. He posted these videos on a tweet, and he said, "I'm glad the Pentagon is finally releasing this footage. It's only scratching the surface of the research and materials available. The U.S. needs to take a serious and scientific look at this. The American people deserve to be informed." Tyler, I know you're into Star Wars and that type of shit. What is your take on what I'm talking about right here, on specifically like UFOs and their existence?
Yeah, I will admit I'm a full-on space nerd. Love Star Wars, love space, UFOs, all that shit. I'm super into it. But yeah, it's just pretty crazy. I believe that not too long ago, the Pentagon also said that these ships that you're talking about are not of this Earth, which obviously means that they're from somewhere else. And who fucking knows where else, because the universe is fucking huge. So it's super interesting. Like I'm eyes glued to this shit. I think it's super insane. I've always kind of believed that UFOs were out there and were a thing. And I mean, I don't know how long they've been here or where they're from, but it's just fascinating to me. I mean, just the vastness of space, and just to think that there's a technology out there of some other species from some other galaxy or star or whatever, some other planet, is actually visiting Earth and, you know, checking us out. It's crazy. And I love just taking my mind there and just like thinking about all those possibilities. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have listened to that podcast that had one of those pilots and those videos on the Joe Rogan podcast. He did a full podcast on it. If you haven't listened to it, I recommend it. It's pretty crazy. Also, there's another good documentary on Netflix about it's called Bob Lazar, Area 51. Check that one out. Great UFO documentary. Those are probably my top two if you're more interested in learning more about it.
Right. We have technology, like Tyler says.
Exactly.
Alex, is this enough info to make you agree or disagree that there may be extraterrestrial life, UFOs, things like that outside of this world?
I do believe there is some life out there, purely based off of just the math of it all. I mean, there's billions of galaxies and billions of stars. Like the math, like it's literally impossible to, it like doesn't make sense in my head. So I do believe there's life out there. I don't know if there's intelligent life. I did watch that video you sent, and I thought part of it that was very interesting. That was kind of the part that I hooked on was, what's his face? Marco Rubio saying, yeah, we're not really sure what these are. They could be some extra technology we've seen from China or Russia. I thought that was very interesting because they seem more worried that it's another, you know, world superpower that has some technology that we can't deal with, which from a country that a lot of other countries hate, that's not exactly something we want to see like as Americans. So I do believe there's intelligent life. I do kind of find the term like UFO sort of iffy because it is just unidentified flying objects. So like a lot of those I feel like turn out to be, you know, weather balloons or something, or just some random thing that we don't know. We, you know, get some grainy ass video. Like the videos that the Pentagon released are not very good for, you know, the Pentagon, which literally gets billions and billions of dollars in technology every single year that we as regular people will never see. So yeah, I don't know if these videos are like full on Independence Day, Will Smith type fucking UFOs coming in, but I do believe there is some sort of life out there in the world for sure, or universe.
Yeah. And that I kind of thought the same thing. What is there, like 9 planets, 8 planets? Not a big numbers guy, but you know, there's got to be something or some fucking thing on that planet that's living that is extraterrestrial. And it's, you know, it's not like it's just a straight deserted island or something. I mean, Trayden, what the fuck's going through your head? I see your eyes bouncing around your skull right now.
I mean, I just think you're naive if you think there's nothing out there. I mean, I think I agree with Alex. There's the math shows that the math kind of lends itself to prove, even though there's no proof, that there's something else out there. But you know, it's your guess is as good as mine. What I do find more interesting, though, is to this day, I know this has nothing to, well, it kind of has something to do with space, but we know less about our own deepest oceans than we do space. So maybe we should try and figure that out first. But
You're saying aliens live underwater?
No, I'm not saying aliens live underwater. You know, we just know less about our own oceans than we do fucking space. Isn't that kind of like ridiculous?
Yeah. And then last, James, I want to know your take. And then if you do believe in them, like we all do, so you should too. Why would they be interested in Earth? Why would they even come around here? Were they just lost? Like if that video were some extraterrestrial life, like were they just lost and we caught them in a fluke or something? What do you think?
Well, I agree with you guys. We're on a little rock floating through space. We're not the only ones out there. It's kind of ridiculous to think so. So I agree with you guys there. But in terms of why they're here, there's a multitude of different reasons why they could be here. It could be just a conquest for them. Maybe they want to take over Earth. Maybe they're here. Eric, you're pretty weird. You might be an alien. I don't know. Why are you here? Kind of question. Or maybe they got deported off their planet. Who knows? Like, it's just, who knows?
hey, we go to on vacation around all over this planet. Why can't vacations to other planets be a thing? I mean,
Makes sense to
I mean,
me.
it's just a family vacation, guys. Calm down. Let them do their thing, huh?
I feel like there's a lot of aliens at breweries. By the time people are leaving, they kind of got alien mode. Alex,
Oh, dude,
I mean,
or for
working at
golf,
a brewery.
wearing orange shirts, dude. Definitely aliens.
Orange Oiler shirts, yeah, aliens or weirdos. That's what I got this week. That just kind of went through my head that I had to express to the world through this podcast. Thank you guys.
Love it.
All right. Eric, great job as always.